Hello there and welcome back to the Closet Historian and back to my sewing room, where today I'm going to be going over those little pesky trouser modifications I keep mentioning when concerning my westward wardrobe. That's right, I made a bit of a capsule wardrobe to take with me on my western road trip last year from here in Colorado out to California and back. I made several pairs of high-waisted cotton twill trousers that I will show you today and show you the different modifications I made to my original 1940s trouser pattern in order to make those. I will put a link in the card up to the video from 2020, I think it was, when I used this 1940s trouser pattern for the first time, and I've been using and modifying that same pattern ever since for any pair of trousers I've needed to make. So these were the items that I made and took with me out on my road trip. Let me show you what I wore out west. Beginning with this very simple outfit here, just a pair of trousers and a button down in a similar sort of more bluish but still grayed out kind of shade. And these trousers are actually my wearable mock-up from when I first made these 1940s trousers back in 2020. So here they are back in 2020 when I first made them, but this is the same pair of cotton twill trousers that are quite roomy and very comfortable. The twill is rather soft, and so I thought this would be a good outfit for a hike. That's right, I wore this out hiking. Now, most of you can probably assume that I'm not an avid hiker, so hikes for me are more like quiet nature walks. I don't do a lot of elevation change and stuff like that. So this was actually quite the hike for me. You can see I'm wearing this outfit with my hiking boots actually out when I was trying to hike Fisher Towers Trail. Of course, my hiking boots then destroyed the back of my heels, and therefore I had to switch to either my little kind of Keds sneakers for the rest of the day, as you can see here, while I'm at Arches National Park, looking at Indiana Jones filming locations, or actually my ankle boots that I wore, like these here. So this is what I wore when I wanted to look nice, but the Keds were what I wore when I wanted to baby my heels because they were shredded. But I really love this shirt. I made this shirt here on the channel. I've fallen in love with the shirt pattern. I think it's just perfect for me. I really like these sleeves. Actually, they're not like a traditional shirt sleeve. They're a little bit of like a small bishop sleeve. They have a little bit of puff at the end instead of being a traditional cuff, but you can still roll them up, and so no one would be the wiser. You can also untuck this and fold up the back and wear these tied, as I like to do with most button-down shirts. I like them to have the ability to be tied as well. I feel like I could wear this shirt with pencil skirts as well as with trousers, so that's nice and versatile and very comfortable for my wardrobe. And this is 100% cotton, this outfit, so of course it's very breathable to go hiking in, if not necessarily the most, I don't know, modern athletic, athleisure sort of thing to wear. But the first modification I tried to make to that 1940s trouser pattern here, these are actually not twill, they're some sort of cotton woven, but it's similar to a twill, a little bit different. But these are the same exact trouser pattern, just narrowed from about the knee down. So this is just a tapered version of that already slightly tapered 1940s trouser. So this is just a more tapered version. It gives me even more of a mom jeans-ish shape going on here, but that's all right. I actually wore this outfit here for a ride outside of Moab. So I went for a ride at a ranch just on Highway 128 on the way to Moab, and it was absolutely gorgeous. And because the seat and the thigh area of these trousers is still quite loose, it was perfect for wearing for riding. And of course I wore the same outfit later in the day to go visit Arches National Park again, this time seeing the windows. But as far as that modification that I made to this 1940s pattern, here's the tracing of the 40s pattern directly. So you can see the leg does taper a tiny bit, down from the thigh to the ankle does taper a tiny bit, but of course I modified that more to be tapered further, I guess. And so the inseam here, the crotch seam and the inseam are quite similar, and the pleats and the tucks up at the waist I kept the same, but I just narrowed the leg a little. So down here along the inseam I came in about 1.5 inches at the bottom, and same on the other side. I will show you an overlay to show what the pattern for this particular pair of tan twill trousers looks like, because I have modified this pattern a little bit more since, but the first modification I did to get this pair of my riding trousers, I suppose, is this. So the very top portion of the pattern stays the same through the hip, and then from the hip down to the ankle it just narrows a little bit. On each side of the pattern I took a little bit off. This was just an experimentation. I didn't follow any rules or directions to do this. I just thought, hey, I wonder if this will work. Narrowed each side and tried it. This is the back pattern, did the same thing there, just again from the hip down to the ankle, narrowed it down about 1 inch, 1.5 inches on each side so that it would match up with the front basically, and just tried it. And those tan trousers you see me wearing out in Moab, they were the result. So these I think work quite well as a practical item in my wardrobe. They're not the most flattering item ever, but I still think this outfit is quite fun and rather westward worthy. But I decided to go ahead and try the same trouser again, but slim it through the thigh as well. So I wanted to make an even slimmer version of this. These are a little bit wider at the ankle and a little bit slimmer through the thigh than the last pair. So this is just try number 2 of making this original trouser pattern something slimmer. And these are in a cotton twill. I wore this outfit to Pioneer Town outside of Palm Springs, California, and to Joshua Tree National Park. This shirt I also made over on Patreon if you're interested in this sort of gathered yoke front style shirt. But this is another shirt that I made to bring along this trip. This is actually a cotton batik fabric from Joann's Fabrics. But here's that same outfit here in studio with my trusty straw wide brim fedora again, and a classic red bandana that I of course could pull up and wear as a mask, because when I was taking my trip last fall, I had already been double vaccinated, and it was before Omicron, or whatever we're calling the current variant now, so things were a little bit more relaxed. Most of the states I visited did not have mask mandates going on, but California did. But I just like to have a bandana that I could use as a mask at any time, and of course it really fits the Western theme, although most of the time I was outside or not in crowded areas or indoors, so I was really just like popping into little museum rooms and shops that I might need a mask real quick. So I was wearing this around my neck as a impromptu mask that made me look a little bit like a Western burglar anytime I needed one. And here is basically the dark mode version of that last outfit. This is the same exact shirt pattern, just done in a black poplin with gray top stitching to give it more of a little bit of a Western flair without being anything too dramatic, because of course, again, I don't really go in for the rodeo queen kind of look myself. It's just feels inauthentic to me. But then these pants are the same as those brown ones we just saw. These are the same trouser pattern modification, the same slimmed trouser pattern, only in black brushed cotton twill instead. Of course, having a pair of black high-waisted trousers, very practical for me. I wear a lot of black in my wardrobe. But here's the same outfit out on the road, past Monument Valley into the Grand Canyon. This was mostly a driving day for me, but luckily I got to the Grand Canyon South Rim before sunset so I could take this epic shot of me overlooking the Grand Canyon. Probably one of the more cinematic shots I got of myself on this trip. Here I have in like fuchsia pink on top of the like peachy pink. You can really see if you look along the hips here on the bottom side of this, how this has been narrowed another half an inch along the hips, and then the leg actually straightens out a tiny bit more than my first version. So this is just my second version of a slim trouser coming off this pattern. And here's the back. Again, it's just slimmed along the sides. I'm not doing anything very dramatic, and again, I'm not following any directions to do this. I'm just winging it and seeing if it works. But I really enjoyed this silk scarf worn with this all black outfit. The black outfit accented with the cognac in the tooled leather belt, and then also in the boots, and then of course I had my leather backpack with me as well. So I like to use accessories throughout an outfit, as we all know if we've seen me style things here on the channel before. I like to intersperse my accessories throughout an outfit. But here is another one of those button-down shirts. This is the exact same pattern as that sort of slate blue colored one. This fabric is a like striated Dobby cotton from fabric.com, so I will link to this fabric below, because I am so very happy with it, and I especially love this black, yellow, and orange colorway. It's a very like Halloween fabric, quite up close. But this was the outfit I wore for a full day at the South Rim of the Grand Canyon. Obviously I'm wearing it with a bandana here, and then I have my little Keds on in this shot because, again, my heels were hurting me, but I did switch to my boots later in the day so I could have a bit more of a chic put together outfit. But this is the same exact trouser pattern once again, only with, instead of the legs narrowed, the legs widened. So the original trouser pattern from the 1948 pattern has a slightly tapered leg, and all I did was straighten that off to get these wide leg versions. And this is my favorite modification of these. The slim leg is fine, but I think these are a little bit more flattering, this super wide leg. And I really liked this dark espresso brown twill as well. And this is another colorway of that same exact Dobby fabric, again in that kind of striated homespun sort of look. This is in a burgundy, teal, and orange mix, and I wore this exact shirt again with these trousers, and I wore that outfit to the North Rim of the Grand Canyon, actually, re-wearing those brown trousers with this darker shirt with the same belt and shoes. It was kind of a mix and match situation here on my trip. I could pack as much as I wanted to because I was traveling by car and not by plane, so I didn't have a weight limit on my suitcase or anything, but I did want to have things that were mix and matchable in my suitcase. And this was my little leather backpack. I will put a link to this backpack below. I found it like on sale on DSW, I think. It's where I found this one, and it does come in a tooled leather version that I think I would have preferred, but that one wasn't on sale. But here is the wide leg trouser, a very, very wide leg on these. I love them, and of course in a lighter weight fabric, they look almost like beach pajamas. So this is the exact same trouser pattern. The only thing is that this one doesn't have pockets, so I didn't bother to put pockets into this sateen set here. This is a little crop top that is really pieced together. Actually, if you look up close, there's a lot of piecing done because I didn't exactly have enough fabric left over even to make a crop top after making these wide leg sateen trousers. But this is the same exact pattern, just different fabric in a print instead. So the trouser is the same here. This is the same 1943 pattern, just with the legs widened. So I will show you what that pattern looks like. It's a very simple modification from the original pattern because you don't even have to worry about slimming things too much. If anything, you can make them even wider. If you wanted to flare them, you could. So it's a very fun little set here. Of course, I can't wear a bra with it though, so that does make me feel a little scared. But here I am wearing the crop top and trousers at my hotel in Palm Springs, where they immediately got mad at me for using my DSLR, and so I had to stop filming. But again, this time I've highlighted the original 1940s pattern in gold here, so the white pattern underneath is the wide leg version. All I did, the inseam is the same, as you can see, and I made them a little bit longer so I could wear these with heels, but from the hip down, like from right where the pocket would end, where the zipper would end along the side, I just drew a straight line all the way down. So, you know, I mean, you could flare that from there if you wanted to, too. Here's the back, again, along from the hip, I just straightened out. So the original pattern in gold here is a little bit tapered. I just straightened that off for a fully wide leg in the back pattern here. And on both sides, I had to do it for the back. And that worked fine. So once again, this is just me doing trial and error, seeing if it would work, and it works fine. So here are the wide leg trousers in a print. I really like this because I think it hides multitudes of sins. I really like this busy print for these large trousers like this. I don't know, so they're probably not for everyone. This is a very like Palm Springs and or Florida cruise set for me. But you know, as I always say, I do like some grandma style, you know? So even grandma at the beach style, it's fine for me. I do think I will go ahead and make another beach pajama-ish sort of set or play suit sort of set in a even more 40s style with a rayon that I have in my stash later this summer, so I'll show you how I made this crop top then. And then because so many people seemed interested in this dress that I featured very quickly in my wrap-up video of things I made in 2021, you can see here it has the gathering, like the dart is moved into gathering at the shoulder for this, extremely similar to the bug print poplin dress that I made here on the channel. This is just my A-line skirt pattern, the all-in-one sleeve bodice pattern, but instead of moving the gathering into the neckline, I moved gathering into either shoulder. So this is nearly identical to that bug dress again. I make that, I like lightweight cotton dresses in this sort of like A-line plus all-in-one sleeve. I make them all the time, so this is just another really quick and easy dress before I left for my trip. So those were most of the items that I brought with me out on my Western road trip, but I hope you enjoyed seeing these items and outfits and those very slight trouser modifications. Again, I've just been using the same trouser pattern ever since I discovered that 1940s pattern because it works for me so well. If I can widen the leg, I can narrow the leg. That's all I really ever want to do. I don't really need a large variety of trousers in my life. As long as they're high-waisted, I'm happy. So I'm sorry I don't make more trousers here, or like trouser styles, I guess, here on the channel. I just don't need a variety of trouser styles in my life. It's just, I'm more of a skirts and dresses kind of gal. I apologize. Thank you as always for watching this video today, and I'll be back here with some more vintage fashion and sewing real soon, and I'll see you then. Bye.